Yes, questing in classic WoW, the true traditional MMORPG experience. Whether you're chasing around candle-obsessed kobolds, farming the same mobs for hours at a time, just praying for that 12th and final quest item to drop, chopping off the heads of each and every named enemy you encounter, or completing a quest from the nearby cave, only for the guy to tell you he needs you to go back to the cave to do something else that you definitely could have done the first time around. Oh yeah, baby. That's some peak 2004 gaming right there. Okay, I think we can all agree that questing in WoW Classic isn't always its strong suit. But that's not to say there aren't some incredible quest lines that you'll find along the way. Every now and then, you come across one that really sticks out as something special. And today, we're going to be taking a closer look at one of those quests. Initially, when I first picked it up, I had no idea the adventure that awaited me. The story spans across 4 different zones, technically 5 with some of the travel, multiple levels, there's a little bit of World of Warcraft lore sprinkled in there, we get to meet a bunch of unique characters, and there's a massive plot twist towards the end that I was not expecting at all. So at some point, I knew that I wanted to create a standalone dedicated video for this specific quest. It's just that good. I mean, the rewards are basically meaningless for me, but the journey is 100% worth it. Whether you're a veteran player looking to take a stroll down memory lane, or someone that simply hasn't had the privilege of experiencing this epic story for themselves, I think you'll enjoy it. So sit back, grab a drink, and without further ado, let's dive in to the mysterious tale of the Missing Diplomat. As always, a huge shout out to my patrons for supporting the channel throughout these creative works. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. It really means a lot. More information on how you can support the channel at the end of this video. Our story begins in the most sacred of places, the Stormwind Cathedral. I don't really remember what I was doing over here, but it was something. And since I am quite literally incapable of walking by NPCs with gold exclamation points hovering over their heads without talking to them, I find myself starting up a conversation with this altar boy named Thomas. Sup, kid? Excuse me, sir. Bishop DeLavy asked me to approach adventurers that might be able to help him with a delicate matter. Well, luckily for you, delicate matters are my specialty. No, they're not. Okay, don't listen to him. If you could quietly head to Stormwind Keep and speak to him at your earliest convenience, I'm sure he would appreciate your help. Again, please be discreet. It is a matter of some importance. So, right away, I'm thinking to myself, why is this small child talking to me about delicate matters and the need for discretion? It feels very odd, but nonetheless, I'm intrigued. So I accept the quest and make my way over to the Stormwind Keep, hoping to find out more about this mysterious request. And sure enough, in one of the side rooms, I find the man that I'm looking for, Bishop DeLavy. Or Delavy, I don't really know. Good day, traveler. Have you come to sign up for the Stormwind Church Choir? I'm afraid our list of volunteers has grown rather short as of late. Well, I have been told I have the voice of an angel, but unfortunately for you, no, that's not why I'm here. My apologies. Did you come here to seek out a confession? Nope, a donation for the church's recreational softball league? What? No, my name is Zemak. I heard that you could use some assistance with a matter of importance. Ah, yes. Hello, Zemak. I am Bishop DeLavy. No doubt, if you're asking me about my business here in the keep, then young Thomas has succeeded in requisitioning you to help our kingdom. Yep, that's correct. Seems like a good kid. Yes, he's always been adept at following my requests. I'm afraid I don't have time to elaborate much, so allow me to be blunt. And please, try to keep this from becoming common knowledge. Recently, a diplomat was sent to Theramore to meet with Jaina Proudmoore. Yeah, I don't really know who that is. That diplomat never arrived. Really? That's concerning, I think. I'd say. I believe the Defias are involved in this plot, but I'm not sure how. The diplomat's disappearance still eludes public attention, but it can't remain that way for long. Agents of the king are already scouring the city for clues, but I have my own contacts I would like involved. Okay, so what do you need me for? In the Valley of Heroes is an old friend of mine named Jorgen. Find him, give him this note, and follow his instructions. Well, I was planning on heading to the tavern to grab a few drinks, but whatever. I guess that'll have to wait. I'm on it. And you know what? Put my name down as a volunteer for the church choir. Excellent. So with that, I'm off to find this Jorgen fellow in the Valley of Heroes, as soon as I figure out where that is. Oh, nice. It's labeled here on the map. One of the rare occasions that actually happens. Okay, not sure if I'm supposed to open it or not, but we're gonna take a look at this note as we run over there. Jorgen, my fears have come true and they have acted in ways I never thought capable. Never did I think they would get this close, but they have. Please help the bearer of this note and send them to him. In all honesty, I think he'll aid us because the seriousness of this matter. If it were any other threat, he would probably continue to ignore us and the problems of our fair city. Thank you, you old fisherman. I am indebted to you as always. Your friend, Delavy. Guys, we're going to meet him. There's a lot of vagueness and secrecy going on. I still don't really know what's happening. But anyways, there he is, the man himself, just standing there, staring out at the lake without any shoes on. Hey man, beautiful day for fishing. You better have good reason to interrupt a man in his fishing. I don't take kindly to peddlers, let alone beggars. Not gonna lie, you kind of look like one yourself. But no, that's not why I'm here. Bishop Delavy sent me to find you and give you this note. Alright, I'll help you, but not because I want to, but because I'm obligated. And let's get one thing straight. You're knowing far more than you should to begin with. Let's keep this our little secret, and don't go blabbing at any taverns about anything you find out. Understand? Got it. Take this here note to Elling Trius. Oh, I know him. He's that cheese vendor guy. Don't say nothing else to him. Just be polite, wait for him to respond. And don't worry, he will. I'm gonna only impress this on you once more, ZMAC. Treat this matter seriously and keep your yapper shut. You can find Trius at his cheese shop, Trius's Cheese, in the Trade District. Good luck. Thanks, Jorgen. Hey, we should plan a weekend fishing trip together sometime. Looks like you could use a little company out here. That would be nice, actually. Alright, off to meet up with Elling Trius in the cheese shop. I've had some run-ins with this guy before, so I know where it's at. Aw man, the note's sealed. That's no fun. Hello, ZMAC, is there something I can do for you? Perhaps you'd like to try some of our special Trius cheddar, or a block of Darnashian blue. Is it free? Well, no. I'll pass then. Truthfully, I'm not here to talk about cheese. Although I do love me some finely aged cheddar. Maybe we can talk more about that later. But no, I've got this sealed note for you from some homeless fisherman guy. I'm sorry, a letter for me? Well, I'll be. Not often you get a delivery that's not a crate or barrel when all you do is work. Let's see what this is about. Elling looks up at you while he opens the letter. You look a little tense. You okay, ZMAC? Me? Oh yeah, I'm fine. Just my arthritis flaring up again. Jorgen, you old son of a... So that's how it's going to be, huh? What? What did the letter say? All right, I can deal with that. I hope he finds the twisting nether that much sooner. Just tell me what the note said. Also, what is the twisting nether? Asking for a friend. Here's what's gonna happen, ZMAC. I'll start using my contacts here, but you're doing most of the footwork, so I save some coin. Head to Darkshire and Duskwood and find Watcher Bacchus. He usually patrols the North Road right outside of town. And what exactly am I supposed to say to him? I still don't even know what's going on. Just tell him you're looking into any Defias activity for me, and he'll help you out with any information he can. Fine. That's the second time it's been brought up, so there's definitely something going on with the Defias gang. I'll be honest, guys, I thought, I was done with the Defias gang after killing Edmund Van Cleef in Westfall. I thought I took down the Brotherhood and that was going to be it, but apparently not. And again, the note is sealed. Bummer. So I make my way to Darkshire, check the northern road right outside of town, and what do you know, I find him. Let's see what Bacchus has to say. Not too safe to be traveling about in the woods, ZMAC. Be careful, and if you see anything suspicious or dangerous, contact the Watchers immediately. Don't try and take anything on yourself. We're not responsible for anything terrible that might happen to you. I love how he's giving me like a liability disclosure. But we both know you're gonna ignore me and fight whatever comes out of the darkness anyway, don't we? Yep. Haha, yeah, you adventurer types, all the same. He knows us so well. So I hand him the note from Trius, and after reading it, he responds, "Oh, Trius sent you, huh? That's a little different. Feel free to fight whatever monstrosities come at you from the darkness. I'm sure you'll be able to handle it pretty easily if you're the type to be hanging around with the likes of him." I didn't realize Trius was such a badass. So, what does my friend need of me on such a gloomy day as this? I don't really know. I wasn't able to open up the letter. Good. It's hard to find people that you can trust with that sort of thing these days. Oh, no, I tried opening it, trust me, if I could have, I would have, but pressed right click on it a few times, and yeah, it wasn't working, so. Anyways, I'm assuming it has something to do with the Defias gang. Has there been any recent activity in Duskwood lately? Defias activity? Well, there's always some activity. Even if they keep to themselves, we consider them a threat. But now that I think about it, there was a recent sighting that seemed odd. It must have been a couple weeks ago, but some of their agents had gathered around Addled Stead. From the report, I'd guess something big went down. Why don't you go check there first and bring me back anything you find? The farm site is south of the road from Westfall, just as you enter Duskwood. I see. Well, That makes sense, I guess. They're all over Westfall, so not surprising if they started trickling over into Duskwood as well. Alright, I gotta find something called the Defias docket at this Defias gang farmstead hideout. So I hop on a griffin, travel to Westfall, make my way back to the southern part of Duskwood, and sure enough, there's a bunch of Defias gang members over here. It's good to be killing them once again. I get so much enjoyment out of it. And of course, when I get to the house with a chest that I'm assuming holds the Defias docket, someone else takes it. But not to worry, in a very convenient and totally realistic manner, the Defias strongbox respawns almost immediately right in front of my eyes. So I grab the docket and then I get sidetracked and completely forget about the quest for a couple of levels. Funnily enough, the thing that brings me back towards Watcher Bacchus is killing Stalvin Mistmantle, which was another epic questline that, in hindsight, I wish I would have done something like this for it. I think it could have been really fun. Oh well, you live and you learn. Now I know most people don't take the time to read some of these letters or additional quest items, but this really is where a lot of the meat of the story comes from. Back in the day, I think the devs expected players to be curious and take the time to read this kind of stuff, because a large portion of the narrative is revealed in these little bonus notes and letters. If you skip and don't read them, then you're really missing out. So we're going to take the time to look through it together now. This is the Defias docket. Here we go. Our first plan has already failed. Fist was successful in switching the guard roster for the tunnel shifts that evening, but due to some unforeseen efforts by some of the citizens of Stormwind, our target was able to flee from the scene before we could capture him. But we planned for such contingencies. Plan 2 has been set in motion and was well underway before our ambush was set off in Stormwind. Plan 2 is just as simple, but will require more patience on our part. Our man on the inside in Menethil has already been paid for his efforts, and he succeeded brilliantly. We should have no problem acquiring our target and capturing him once we've set sail. Expect the attack to happen a few miles from their destination. That's where our allies will be laid in waiting. I'm not sure why we've been forced to form an alliance with the creatures, but I can't help but feel we're being coerced ourselves. Ultimately, it won't matter. With the target in our custody, we'll be well on our way to taking back Stormwind from those that stole it from us. So essentially, the Defias are plotting to ambush and capture someone that they believe will help them reclaim Stormwind City for themselves. Alright, let's speak with Watcher Bacchus again. Be careful out there, Z-Mac. I know Trius was the one to send you here, but that doesn't mean there isn't anything lurking out in the woods that couldn't cause you some trouble, especially with you investigating the Defias. Don't worry about me. I've got a really good life insurance policy. Yeah, my kids have been waiting for me to die for years. Well, hey, you're back safe and sound. Couldn't ask for much more than that, could you? I mean, it would have been nice if I could have picked up some better loot since I last saw you, but what can you do? Now let's see what we have here. This looks pretty official as far as any Defias documents I've seen, but it could be a dupe just to throw you off track of whatever it is you're looking for. Honestly, I don't know if the Defias gang is really smart enough to pull something like that off, but whoa, this looks way too complex to be something to just lead you astray. I shouldn't even be looking at this stuff. Take it to Trius. He'll be able to make sense of it, and don't let anyone get in your way. This is bigger than me. It might even be bigger than him, but we'll see. And do me a favor, Z-Mac. Don't tell anyone I helped you. If my superiors found out I knew about any of this and didn't share it with them, they'd probably hang me. Alright, back to Trius in Stormwind. I see you're back and in one piece. We both know you're not here for cheese, so let's cut out the pleasantries. Now wait just a minute, my good sir. You got any smoked Gouda back there? Stop messing around. Was Bacchus any help? Ha! Or have you even left for Duskwood yet? As a matter of fact, I have. I located and took out a bunch of Defias gang members at their secret farmstead hideout, managed to snag this docket with top secret information. Oh, and I managed to track down and kill a child sex predator that murdered an entire family and has been evading arrest for decades. What have you been doing, I wonder? Oh, that's right. Standing here, holding an empty bottle and selling cheese. All right. Let me take a look at the letter. Yeah, this is an interesting read. Jorgen and Delavi were smart to bring me in on this. Yeah, I'm sure. Seems the Defias have been trying pretty hard to complete this plan of theirs. What's this? Fist. That's a familiar name. Yeah, now that I think about it, Dashel something. What was his name? Fist. Dashel Stonefist. They call him Fist in some circles, probably on account that he likes to get in brawls. And let me guess, you want me to go and confront him? Alright, where can I find this guy? You can find him in Old Town usually, right smack dab in the center of it. Go talk to him. If you have to, use a sword or something heavy and blunt to persuade him to open up some. Now that I can do. I'm rather gifted in the art of persuasion. And don't hesitate, if he's in this as deep as these papers suggest, then he's not going to give you any information willingly. Right, let's head over to Old Town to rough this guy up a little bit. Never thought I'd be considered the muscle of the group, especially not at my age, but I kinda like it. Dashel Stonefist, the gig's up, man. We know that you're in league with the Defias gang. Tell me what you know about this missing diplomat, and no one has to get hurt. What? You coming to me, Allie, and ask questions about me personal business? Business which you obviously have nothing to do with? I mean, I wouldn't say I have nothing to do with it. You see, I picked up this quest from an altar boy named Thomas, and then, yeah, you're obviously not the smartest mage to come into Stormwind, but you're about to be one of the dumbest to never leave. Have you met me, friends? Oh no, not 3 of you guys at once. What am I going to do? You guys clearly don't know who you're messing with, do you? Okay, enough fighting. No one else needs to get hurt, says the guy that just got 2 of his friends killed. You're the one that started it. All right, I'm sorry. So you came to me for a reason. What is it you need? Tell me what you know about this whole secret Defias gang situation. So yeah, I might know something about that meeting at Adelstead. Happened a few weeks back, I think. I really didn't have any part in it. Sure you didn't. No, really. Me part was done when Plan A failed. Damn adventurers. The guy we got on the inside for Plan B came out of Menethil. Guy called Slim. That's all I know regarding their backup plan. You better be telling me the truth, because if I have to come back over this way, they'll be digging a 3rd grave right alongside those 2 friends of yours. Wow, that was exhilarating. I didn't know I had that in me. All right, Trius, I'm back. Good to see you're still alive, Z-Mac. So it went well with Dashel then, huh? Oh yeah, you could say that. He was more than happy to talk after I roughed him up a little bit. Excellent. I've been reading up more on this plan of theirs, and although it doesn't state the name of the diplomat they were after, it does talk about this Plan B they enacted after failing on their first attempt to capture him. This Slim that Dashel mentioned doesn't have any other name written here, but if you say he's in Menethil, then that's a start. Yeah, I wish we could figure out who this diplomat is. It would make everything a lot easier. So, what now? A contact of mine retired in the wetlands at the harbor city of Menethil. He should be willing to help on your word alone if you tell him you're working for me. And just, who is this contact of yours? Oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher this. His name is Mikhail. He mentioned becoming a bartender before leaving Stormwind a few years ago. Speak to him, find this Slim, and find out if there's anything else to know about this kidnapped diplomat. We need to find out where they've taken him, or at least who he is. The docket doesn't mention anything about their plans after he's captured. Alright, so I'm off to the wetlands and Menethil Harbor to find this Mikhail character. Of course, I hadn't discovered the zone or flight path yet, so I had to make the long journey on foot. I'll spare everyone the details, but it took a while. Eventually, I end up at the small harbor town and make my way to the local tavern where I find the man that I'm looking for. We strike up a conversation and he clearly has no idea who I am or why I'm here. Welcome, Z-Mac. Good of you to join us. Perhaps an ale today or some mutton? Name your pleasure and I'll see to it that you're taken care of. My name is Mikhail and I look forward to serving you. Thank you, that does sound lovely, but I'm more of a glass of milk kind of guy, and I'm actually here to discuss some more important matters. Elling Trius sent me. What's that? Trius? Keep your voice down, my friend. This isn't something for the whole tavern to hear about. You say Elling Trius sent you here? That's right. Well then, the hospitality I expressed is now tenfold. Anything you need, just ask. I will do my best to aid you. We're looking for a guy named Slim. We think he's in cahoots with the Defias gang. Does that name ring a bell? Slim, you say. Not sure the name sounds familiar, but I'll keep my eyes out for him. Well, that's disappointing. I just ran across the entire continent to come and find you. You're sure you don't have any information that could help us in our search? Don't look now, Z-Mac, but the gentleman over by the exit is looking over here. He's listening to our conversation a little too intently, if you catch my meaning. If I were you, I'd do what you can to subdue him before he makes a break for the door. Ugh, I hate it when they try to run. Of course, I immediately chase after Slim as he makes a break for the door. We have a little scuffle outside of the tavern. This time it's 2v1, and to the surprise of everyone watching, I actually come out on top. I'm getting pretty good at this whole interrogation thing. Thinking about making this a full-time gig. After dropping to his knees and begging for mercy, he tells me to meet me back at the end. Of course, if it was up to me, I'd make him spill the beans right here and now, but obviously that's not an option. So we return to the inn, at which point I wait patiently for the yellow floating question mark to appear over his head. Any minute now. Oh, duh, I'm an idiot. I'm supposed to be talking with Mikhail. Caught him, huh? Yes, sir. He put up a decent fight, but nothing the old Frost Nova Blizzard combo couldn't handle. Good for you. I'm surprised that was slim. I'll be honest, I never thought I'd miss the excitement of some of the more devious underground activities. I guess old habits die hard. Don't mention that to Elling. He'd probably try and get me to come back to Stormwind if he heard I missed the action. Your secret is safe with me. Well, I'm glad I could at least be of a little service to you while you were in Menethil. If you need anything else, just ask. Will do. Thanks for your help. Time to go deal with this slim fellow. Okay guys, now here is where the story actually gets pretty juicy. Up to this point, the devs have just been tiptoeing around what's actually been going on, but Slim is about to drop a bomb on us. And it's nuclear, baby. Alright, Slim, the jig is up. No more messing around. Tell me what I need to know about the Defias Gang's plan. Who is this Missing Diplomat? The Defias didn't pay me well enough to die for their cause. They took the king. Wait, what? The king? Oh my gosh. It all makes sense now. Do you guys remember back when Barros Alexton told me I was scheduled to have an audience with the king, but then Lady Katrana Presser told me he was away on a diplomatic mission and wouldn't be back for some time? Apparently, he must have actually been captured by the Defias Gang, and that's why he's been gone for so long. That's crazy. Yeah, the King of Stormwind, not some lowly diplomat. He was on his way to Theramore to meet with Jaina Proudmoore. It was a big deal apparently, and a big secret. But it's not just the Defias that are involved. They're working with someone. I think they knew this was bigger than them. My part was just to get their man on board the King's ship while it was in the harbor. What's the guy's name? Speak quickly, or your new nickname is going to be One-Eyed Slim. The guy's name was Hendel. That's all I know. I swear. Turns out, I'm not the only one to be caught off guard by this news. When I return to Mikhail and tell him the tale, he responds, "The king? I mean, the king? The real king? Are you joking? You didn't mention you were looking for the king's kidnappers." Yeah, well, duh. I didn't know who the missing diplomat was until just a moment ago. Makes sense though. I think he's been gone from Stormwind for a while now. I didn't even hear he was missing. That would explain his son being crowned some. I'll send word to Elling right away. He'll want to know you're on the trail. I would never have guessed Jan would sell out Stormwind for some lousy coin. Even a rogue's gotta have honor when it comes to some things. You greatly underestimate what people will do for a fat stack of gold. First time in an MMORPG, huh? The key now is to find this Hendel, and I think I can help with that. Perfect. Where should I begin my search? The beginning of every month, the cool Terrasa Marines all get paid and usually leave Theramore for somewhere else. A lot of them come here to womanize, carouse, and just have a good time. One of those groups I'd consider regulars here at the tavern, and I believe this Hendel is among them. Commander Samal in Theramore would be able to help you find him if Hendel's still stationed there. He's completely loyal to Proudmoore, but if you drop Elling's name, he should help you out, discreetly. Elling Trias seems to have a lot of influence here in Azeroth for just being the master of cheese. Who is he, really? If I told you, we'd both be dead. Well, that's slightly terrifying. Okay, time to travel to Theramore Isle. So I take a little ship voyage across the sea, make my way to the Foothold Citadel, and introduce myself to Commander Samal. Good day, sir. The name's Zemak. A pleasure to meet you, Zemak. I am Commander Samal. I'm in charge of Miss Proudmoore's forces here in Theramore. Although I'm quite busy, if you have any questions, please feel free to speak up. I might have to keep it short, but there's no reason for me to be rude if you need my help. If you plan on traveling out of the city, I'd suggest you be careful. Besides ogres, orcs, and murlocs, the southern part of the swamp is filled with black dragons. Truth be told, Commander, I traveled across the sea specifically to find you. It is a matter of great importance. Do you know a man by the name of Hendel? Hendel? Yes, I know the man, but why would you need one of my soldiers? We think he's involved in some shady business with the Defias Gang. I can't go into any specifics, but Elling Trias is the one who sent me. Elling sent you to find him? I don't like the sound of that. Elling wouldn't have you come to me first if your business wasn't troubling. I understand if you can't tell me what this is about, but know this. I have a duty to protect these lands. If you're going to cause a disturbance, then I suggest you inform me of whatever you can. Trust me, Commander, this thing is bigger than all of us. I understand, and for that reason, I will help you. I believe Hendel was stationed at the first tower outside of Theramore. Be cautious. Thank you, Commander. I will. Soon enough, when this is all over, you'll know exactly the kind of treachery that has been going on right under your very nose. When I arrive at the first tower, also known as Sentry Point, I'm disappointed to find not Hendel, but Archmage Turvash. I'm looking for a soldier. Hendel is his name. Do you know where he is? The man you seek, the one known as Hendel, is not here. Damn it. I need to find him. So I've heard. Other sources have brought to the Lady Proudmoore information I believe you already know. She has asked me to find you and give you aid in your venture. If you would allow it, I will tell you where to find Private Hendel so we can bring him to justice. Allow it? What do you mean? Oh, look, I know I'm not using any guides or add-ons because I'm trying to have a more organic experience, but I mean, come on, man, you're an NPC. I think that should be allowed, right? Okay, if you say so. Private Hendel is to the west of here. He's currently on guard duty, protecting some of Theramore's infiltrators while they rest. They've been keeping tabs on the Horde base at Brackenwall and looking for anything else that might threaten our borders. You should have no problem finding him. Just look for the tents along the road. Excellent. Let's go take him down together. Oh, this is awkward. I have another matter to attend to. Of course you do. But I shall catch up to you soon enough. You can always find me in the Lady Proudmoore's tower if you have any problems. But you're here, so how is it that I can always find you there if you're here right now? You know what? Never mind. All right, guys, it's time to end this. Everything we've experienced up to this point, all of the challenges, all of the obstacles, all of the cheesy, stupid jokes that fell flat over these past 25 minutes have brought us here and prepared us for this moment. It's time to liberate the captured king and restore balance to the city of Stormwind. It's time to confront Hendel. Hendel? That's the best they came up with. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys, that's kind of a lame name for the main villain of the story, but oh well. What can you do? Anyways, after traveling a bit down the road, I come across the tents that the Archmage was telling me about, and what do you know, it's Private Hendel and his little posse of miscreants. Of course, he doesn't know that I'm onto him yet, so I'm able to walk right up to him. Well, look who we have here. You must be Hendel. Hello, citizen. This is a dangerous place to be wandering about. I wouldn't hang around too long if you value your life. Wow, this guy really likes to move around. If you keep your questions short, I'll see if I can help you. Just keep your eyes open for any of those filthy ogres. Rumor has it there's a horde base somewhere in the swamps. The infiltrators are doing what they can to find it, but the process has been slow going and we've had little progress. Cut the crap, Hendel. We know all about your dealings with the Defias Brotherhood and treason against the Alliance. Now, we can either do this the easy way or the hard way. Makes no difference to me. Tell me, where is the king? What? You come here accusing me of allying with the Defias and think I'll just stand here while you insult me? Something tells me you've had this coming for a long time. I was hoping you'd say that. Haha, taste the wrath of my blizzard spell. Pretty much the only ability that I know how to use these days. Nice. Wasn't pretty, but we got the job done. Hendel's health dropped low enough to where he ran back to the camp and then his minions just disappeared into thin air. And I guess that's it. Apparently I subdued Private Hendel as I was sitting here drinking and replenishing my mana. So yeah, not sure what happened to him. As I make my way back to the camp, I'm greeted by a few different characters. Archmage Turvosh, nice of you to show up. I apologize for taking so long to get here. I wanted Lady Proudmoore to be present also. Sure. I assure you, we're all quite upset about current events, but allow us to take him back to Theramore for some questioning, and we'll see about finding the king. Wait, what? So after all that, the king is still missing? Yep, I'm afraid so. Aw, man. I was really looking forward to meeting him. And saving his life, of course, obviously. I'm sure my Lady Proudmoore would like to thank you for your help. Speak to her when you have a moment. Well, hello there, Lady Proudmoore. I think we may have met before, in my dreams.
Let me be first to thank you for all you've done, Zemak. You've been an incredible blessing to my people and the people of Stormwind.
Oh, it was nothing, really.
I am sorry I couldn't make your acquaintance under better circumstances.
I mean, I can clear my schedule and be completely free until pretty much forever. So, yeah, just let me know.
Understand also that I cannot overtly thank you for your efforts, but I assure you again it is appreciated. When you visit Theramore in the future, seek me out and I shall try to keep you apprised of the situation. Thank you again, Zemak.
You are most welcome, my lady. It was an honor to serve alongside, well, it was pretty much just me the whole time, but it was an honor to serve the Alliance. I only wish there was more that I could do to find and help rescue the king. No, nothing? There's no follow-up quests or anything like that to continue the search for the king? Gosh dang it. Well, that's about it, folks. I got a decent ring upgrade, although it's not really helpful for me as a mage, and a little bit of gold out of it, along with the leveling XP obviously, but honestly, I think the biggest reward for this one was just the adventure and story itself. As I mentioned at the start of this video, this was just a really fun special quest that I thoroughly enjoyed. and I wanted to share it with you guys, so I hope you enjoyed it as well. I wish there were more narrative-driven, drawn-out quests like this, and there probably are, but I haven't really come across any more of them. If you guys know of any that I could track down and would be appropriate for my level, just let me know in the comments. All that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, a huge shout out to my Patreons for supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate your continued generosity. If you'd like to see how you can help me achieve my dreams and become a part of the Patreon family, be sure to click on the link listed in the description below. You can support the channel for as little as $3 a month. Any and all contributions are much appreciated. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.